win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
We got to win more. We got to win more. Lots of wins coming our way, regardless of what the panicans out there have to say. And that is the, ooh, that rhymed actually. I did not do that intentionally. And that is the topic of discussion today, because the Supreme Court is about to come down with a ruling that is really going to put Democrats in a hell of a bind. Make sure you guys smack that like button. If you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I also have a second channel that I think you guys would absolutely love. The link to that is in the description box below. It is called Extra Rich. All right. Hope to see you guys over there. But with that being said, let's hop right on into this fantastic news that is apparently about to hit, coming from the Supreme Court. Check it out.
Weren't they going to also expedite the what was the
voting rights? And,
yes,
yeah,
right.
I mean,
yes. Well, by the way, total side note on that, just to get on the record on this, I have been told by reliable sources that decision is done and that the minority is slow walking the dissent, so that states can't and states do not have time to redistrict ahead of it. But I have been told very reliably that the minority is slow walking that dissent.
All right, wait, hold on a second, because I don't think I've read that anywhere. That is news. So
yeah.
Okay, so just 3, 2, 1. Sean, is there some politics being played at the Supreme Court?
Well, Dan, insiders that I've talked to insist that the minority is slow walking the dissent on the voting rights case because they are trying to ensure that states won't have enough time to redistrict ahead of the 2028 midterms.
Wow. Clip and post. There you go. Okay. Well, let's move on to Mamdani. So
Boom. The Supreme Court is set to strike down the Voting Rights Act, which I'm going to get into a little bit more of what that will actually mean in terms of the number of seats that we're projected to gain because of that, and how many the Democrats will be projected to lose. But I also want to play this clip from Steve Bannon's show with Sean Spicer talking about this a little bit more. Check it out.
That is real news. Let's put that map up. Sean, what are you talking about the Supreme Court and this thing that's going to rock the political world, hopefully today?
So as you remember, several months back, the court heard this Louisiana case on the on the Voting Rights Act. And by anyone's account, who's a court watcher, the court was very clearly in favor of the Louisiana case, that they couldn't redistrict. They couldn't use the Voting Rights Act, that they're about to throw out that additional section that's part of it for pre-clearance and otherwise. So no one thought this was going to be a problem, right? It's either 6-3 or 5-4, but I don't think there's anybody that's watched that doesn't think this. The question that I started probing around and asking is why? Why are we not getting this decision? And here we are today, another day when we expected decisions and nothing. And the answer I got back from a very reliable source was the minority on the court is slow walking their dissent. Why does that matter? Well, until they put the dissent out there, the court can't issue the opinion. Why does that matter? Because as time ticks away, states are then limited in their ability to potentially redistrict. That will cost Republicans the opportunity to pick up seats. So right now, sure, maybe Louisiana picks up 1 seat, but states like Alabama and others, when I've confirmed this with several folks in the key states, especially southern states that abide by the Voting Rights Act, they're basically telling me, I'm sorry, the clock has run out. We don't have the time to do it for this cycle. Yes, we'll get it done for 2030 or 2028, but not in time for this midterm. This court knows what they're doing. The liberals on the court are intentionally slow walking the dissent so that it will not be issued in time for many Republican states to actually go in and redistrict based on the decision.
Do you have any idea from your reporting of checking of what is like the hard, because there'll be enormous pressure, obviously, what's the hard out? DeSantis is calling a special session of because he's had a belly full of it. He's calling a special session of the Florida legislature, I think for the 28th April on Tuesday, and we have a huge event on Sunday that Mo's going to be on. We're already sold out, but we're expanding the number of tickets for a thank you to the grassroots. Virginia's on Tuesday. Florida's coming later. What is the outdate, Sean, that you know that if the Supreme Court does it, the southern states can still do this? Because I think you're talking 8 or 9 seats, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. Well, Florida might still be able to pull it off. They've got a bigger problem with their state Senate in coordination with DeSantis. But Louisiana will probably pick up 1 seat. I think Alabama's probably missed the boat for this cycle. And you start to go through. I think that might be it, Steve. I mean, Louisiana will jam through their 1. And then in my conversations with other states that would have the potential to use this ruling to redistrict, I don't know that another state that I've talked to is telling me that they will have
Oh, wow.
it's possible, but right now many are telling me that it's too late based on their legislative calendar. And that's the key thing. If the court runs the clock out and many of these legislatures go out of session, they're screwed. And the court, the minority, the liberals on the court know exactly what they're doing.
So there you have it. Good, but then also a little bit of bad news, right? Because regardless, we're picking up seats. Regardless. It just may not be this cycle. Now, DeSantis is set to have us pick up some seats. And then, of course, you heard Louisiana there. So that's some fantastic news. Hopefully some of these other states can get it together. It sounds like Alabama is not going to be one that is going to be able to do that in time. That's okay. Listen, a win is a win. In my humble opinion, a win is a win. Sure, you might have won the battle now, but we won the war. Okay? Make no mistake about it. We have won the war, okay? Especially if we end up actually keeping the House so that Democrats can't go rampant in the meantime, in between time. That is also going to be a major key as well. So we also got to make sure we show up in these midterms, baby. Now, I do want to play this other clip here for you all as a reminder and a refresher on how many seats we could possibly gain via this ruling from CNN. Check it out.
The Supreme Court is considering what could really be the end of the Voting Rights Act, which would protect minority groups. So you don't have a state that's half black, for example, that elects only one congressional member and everybody else goes to the Republicans that would represent that population in some ways. So if that is gutted, Democrats could lose 19 seats. This would be a huge amount. But this is also a measure of how much the White House is concerned about this, because Donald Trump knows if the Democrats get the House again, there could be new investigations just like last time. There could be a new impeachment. There could be a lot of impediment to these plans that right now the Republicans in the House and Senate are letting run like a freight train.
19 possible seats that Democrats could lose. 19. Incredible number right there. Absolutely incredible. If I were a Democrat, I would be shaking in my boots. 19? I could possibly lose 19. Yeah, we're probably not winning the House for quite a while. We are not winning the House for quite some time. And listen, once we get John Thune voted out and Lisa Murkowski, the Senate is going to be full go Republican, right? Because basically those are like the only two individuals that are really, really stopping it. John Thune, of course, being the head of the spear, right? Because Mitch McConnell's on his way out. He's retiring. He was one of those individuals, but he's on his way out. Plus a couple of others that I've talked about in the past. What's the Tom Tillis is who I'm thinking of. That guy's on his way out as well. Good riddance, right? So yeah. Couple of those folks, oh man, it is full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. I mean, how beautiful would it be come 2030, right? Or 2028, really. Excuse me. We got another Republican as president. We got the House now with a major majority. We got the Senate, and the Senate no longer has Mitch McConnell, Tom Tillis, Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, John Cornyn, Lindsey Graham, or John Thune. All of those individuals are gone. This isn't far-fetched either, okay? These aren't far. John Cornyn is already pretty much toast, okay? The only person that genuinely has a shot, I think I saw a poll somewhere, is Lindsey Graham. Everybody else is already out, minus John Thune. I haven't seen any polls on John Thune, but based on what I've been seeing online, John Thune ain't got a shot. I don't need to see any polls. I'm seeing people's tweets, people's posts, ex-posts, and he ain't got a chance in hell of winning a re-election. I don't care how much money he puts into ads. So that is very, very realistic. Susan Collins is already struggling. Granted, she's struggling to a Democrat, which not good, right? Not good. But she's probably about to lose. And Lisa Murkowski, she's basically cooked, especially since Trump is talking about is encouraging Alaskans to get rid of the ranked choice voting, which is basically the only reason why Lisa Murkowski is there. So yeah, more than realistic. So now we're going into 2028 with a majority in the House, a majority in the Senate without a lot of these rhinos, and we got a Republican as president. Granted, we won't have Uncle Trump, which, you know, I'm kind of gonna be sad about it, you know, because I wanted to see Trump in office where he could genuinely push through his agenda, where Trump could just do his thing. I just wanted to see 4 years or even just 2 years, couple of years, where Trump could genuinely just do his thing without the Democrats being in the way, which we got the Democrats out of the way. We gave Trump the House and the Senate, but unfortunately we still got some rhinos, and so the rhinos were stepping in the way of his agenda. So I wish there was a way we could get him back in the White House come 2028 so he could have at least 2 years. And then, hey, Trump, we're going to give you 2 more years, bro. Just 2 years to just do your thing, okay? We gave you the House, we gave you the Senate, we got rid of the rhinos. Have at it. You know, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen, obviously, for obvious reasons. I mean, there's a technical way he could possibly do it. Maybe if he ran as vice president, blah, blah, blah. But we're not going to speak in hypotheticals. Anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Thank you for tuning in as always. I greatly appreciate all of the continued love and support. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.